Now, these are the objectives of this module. After going through this unit, the learners will be able to understand the organizational structure of planning at the center, state and district levels. The second objective is the learners will be able to understand the process of planning at the center, state and district levels in India. The third objective of this module is the learners will be able to understand and illustrate the compositions of planning agencies at various levels. The fourth objective is the learners will be able to critically appraise the democratic system of planning in India. First part is introduction. The responsibility of planning policies, objectives, approaches and decisions lies with the government. Though the Indian constitution does not specifically mention planning commission, it lists in economic and social planning as a concurrent legislative power. Entry 20 list 3 with the constitutional 74th Amendment Act 1/6/1993. The state legislature is now required to constitute a district planning committee, article 243Z(d) at the district level, and a metropolitan planning committee, article 243ZE in every metropolitan area for preparing local development plans respectively. In this module, we will discuss the planning process at various levels, that is national, state and district. Planning has been listed under the concurrent list in India's constitution. This means that the work for planning lies with both the center and the states, with the provision that in the case of conflict, the will of the center shall prevail. The center is responsible for the planning of major industries, railways, ports, national highways, shipping, telecommunication, etc. The state governments have the responsibility of planning agriculture, irrigation, power, education, health, social services, small industries, road transport, minor port, etc. The regulation and management of fiscal and monetary policies and principal financial institutions of the country rests with the central government. The center has also the added responsibility of coordinating and incorporating the state plans into national plans. Planning in India begins at the national level. It is national planning that occupies a preeminent position in the planning process, but there have also been attempts to initiate planning at the lower levels, state, district and below. Organizational structure at various levels, organization for planning at national level. This is the first part. The preparation of 5-year plans both at the national and state levels is a time consuming and complex process. It involves many planning agencies, the National Development Council, the Central Planning Commission together with its working groups and advisory panels, the state planning boards and departments, ministries of the central government and state governments, state legislatures, consultative committees of parliament are all involved in this effort. Here we will see the planning machinery at various levels, that is national, state, district and block. Now, the first point is the National Development Council. The National Development Council NDC or the Rashtriya Vikas Parishad is the apex body for decision making and deliberations on development matters in India, presided over by the Prime Minister. It was set up on 6th August 1952 to strengthen and mobilize the efforts and resources of the nation in support of the plan, to promote common economic policies in all vital spheres and to ensure the balanced and rapid development of all parts of the country. The council comprises the Prime Minister, Union Cabinet Ministers, Chief Ministers of all states and their substitutes, representatives of the Union Territories and members of the Planning Commission. This is the composition of National Development Council. The Prime Minister of India is the head chairman of the NDC, all Union Ministers, Chief Ministers of all the states and administrators of Union Territories and members of the Planning Commission, now Niti Aayog, Minister of State with independent charge are also invited to the deliberations of the council. The second under the national planning is Planning Commission. The Planning Commission was set up in March 1950 by a resolution of the Government of India. Now, it has been replaced by the Niti Aayog in 2014. The economy of India was based on planning through its 5-year plans developed, executed and monitored by the Planning Commission. Now, this is the composition of the Planning Commission. First one is chairman, this is Prime Minister is the chairman of the Planning Commission. Deputy chairman, usually a whole time member, 2 or 3 part time members, Union Cabinet Ministers, these are Minister of Finance, Agriculture, etc. One political head of Ministry of Planning, this is Minister of State for Planning, ex officio member, and 6 to 9 whole time members, these are technical subject experts. And last one is member secretary, a senior officer of the IAS cadre, a specialist, this is not a member. The state governments are not represented in the commission in any way. Thus, the Planning Commission is wholly a centre constituted body. Internal organization of the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission has the following 3 organs. First organ is technical division. The technical division is the major functional unit of Planning Commission. They are mainly concerned with plan formulation, plan monitoring and plan evaluation. These fall under divisions concerned with specified fields of development. The second division is the general division. These are development policy divisions, perspective planning division, international economic division, financial resource division, labor, employment and manpower division, project appraisal and management division, plan coordination division, monitoring and information division, statistics and survey division, economic research unit, computer service division, state plans divisions including multi-level planning, border area development program, hill area development program and north eastern region. The third type of division is the subject divisions functioning in the commission are education division, environment and forest division, industry and minerals division, agriculture and cooperation division, irrigation and command area development division, rural development division, village and small industries division, power and energy division including energy policy cell, rural energy division, a special development and women's program division, backward classes division, social welfare and nutrition division, Western Ghats development division, communication and information division, transport division, housing urban development and water supply division, health and family welfare division, science and technology division. There are some other branches like housekeeping branches. The Planning Commission has the following housekeeping branches: General Administration branch, Establishment branch, Vigilance branch, Accounting branch, Personnel Development branch. Now, the second level, organization for planning at the state level. The 74th Amendment Act lays down that in every state 2 committees, one at the district called District Planning Committee Article 243 ZD, and the other every metropolitan area called Metropolitan Planning Committee 243 ZE shall be constituted. In addition to these, the state planning machinery consists of planning departments, state planning boards together with its specialized working groups. Second, ministries / departments of the state governments. Planning departments in different states show considerable variations and inadequacy for the task of planning. Thus, the organization pattern of planning departments vary from state to state. Further, the planning departments have not been organized with any conscious design so as to enable them to undertake the heavy responsibility of planning. Even though some of the states have established independent planning departments, in practice, the departments are guided only by junior officers. The third level is state planning boards. The Administrative Reform Committee ARC recommended setting up of state planning boards for the formulation and continuing evaluation of the 5-year plans. These planning boards should have their own secretariat to help them in the adequate discharge of these functions. Now, this is the composition of the state planning boards. The uppermost is chairman, who is a chief minister, vice chairman must be a finance minister, local government and cooperation minister is a member, chief secretary of the state is a member, principal secretary of chief minister is a member, principal secretary finance is also a member, secretary planning is a member secretary. The non-official members are 5 to 7 in numbers, mostly subject experts as full or part-time members. All the state governments have set up state planning boards. The positions of the boards and its effectiveness in the planning process varies from state to state. Though there are some inter-state differences, a few common points regarding the structure of the planning departments in different states can be noticed. States have full-fledged planning departments in their secretariats, which is headed by a secretary or an officer with a different designation like development commissioner. Now, the organization for planning at district level. The institution of District Planning Committee DPC as envisaged in the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 73rd CAA is the realization of consistent and conscious effort towards decentralized planning since the process of plan development began in the country. The desire for decentralized planning was first expressed way back in the first 5-year plan 1951-56, when it was suggested to break the planning process into national, state, district and local and community levels. However, the idea was given a concrete shape with the establishment of the District Development Council to consolidate plans prepared at the village level through a participative process. Now, this is the composition of district planning boards. At the district level, the state governments have set up a district planning board. District planning boards are broad based and represent various sections of the society. Chairman of each district planning board is a minister of the state government. In some districts, a co-chairman has been appointed. He is also a minister of the state government. The district panchayat president is the vice chairman and district collector is the co-vice chairman. Now, we will see a model of district planning board. In Gujarat, the composition of the district planning board is as under: executive body, and in front of this designations. The minister in charge of the district is the chairman. The co-in charge minister of this district is a co-chairman. District panchayat president, vice chairman. District collector, co-vice chairman. District development officer is a member. Taluka panchayat president of all talukas of the district, member. All MLAs elected from the district, member. All MPs elected from the district, member. All president of the municipalities of the district, member. Mayors of the municipal corporations of the district, members. Municipal commissioner where there is a municipal corporation, member. An expert from a research institute, member. A representative of the district lead bank is a member. Chairman of the district central cooperative bank is a member. Additional collector, member. Project administrator, tribal area sub plan, member. A member of the state planning commission nominated by the government is a member. Chairman of social justice committee of the district panchayat, member. District backward class welfare officer, member. A lady member of the district panchayat to be nominated by the district panchayat is a member. District planning officer, member secretary. District statistical officer, additional member secretary. Officer of the general administration department of planning division, observer. This was the composition of district planning board. The meetings of the district planning boards are to be held 3 times in a year. An officer of the general administration department planning division is deputed as observer to attend these meetings. District planning committee is generally composed of elected members of the local bodies within the district, both rural and urban, as well as some nominated members. The number of members varies with the population size of the district. The ratio of members from panchayats and urban local bodies is based on the ratio in which the population of the district is divided between rural and urban areas. Process of planning at various levels. The final responsibility of planning, policies, objectives, approaches and decisions lies with the government. These were reached in the normal way by a process of political bargaining and persuasion among the political and administrative leadership. Below is discussed the planning process at various levels, that is namely national, state and district. Now, it is the planning process at national level. 5-year plans consists of plans for the center, union territories and states, and plans for the private sector, especially for the corporate sectors. These are reached in the normal way by a process of political bargaining and persuasion among the political and administrative leadership. The formulation of the development is the first stage of the economic planning. At the top, the planning commission formulates a draft plan in the consultation with the various ministries or economic councils. Similarly, at the bottom, individual perspective plan on the basis of past experiences and future requirements is also prepared. The planning commission assesses the balances of technical possibilities, recommendations, suggestions and requirements in the light of reports given by 2 agencies, one from the top and the other from the bottom. The final draft is comprehensive, coherent and well knit document. The procedure in India which has been adopted is almost similar as is being followed in other countries. First of all, Planning Commission lays down tentatively certain general goals for the long time, that is for 15 or 20 years. After making a careful analysis of technical possibilities, the basic and non-basic needs of the economy and various methods of development, in the second stage, the Commission formulates a short memorandum which is placed before the Cabinet and the National Development Council. In the third stage, a draft outline of the 5-year plan is prepared, keeping in view observations made by the National Development Council, and is published several months before the plan is to come into force. This is presented before the Parliament for discussions and later on sent to different central ministries, state bodies and other institutions. Then final report is prepared and presented before the Cabinet, National Development Council and finally before the Parliament for approval. The Planning Commission, even after final approval, it studies and examines the various aspects from time to time and modifies the plan as and when required. The 5-year plan then is broken into annual plans. During the months of November or December of each year, there are a series of consultations between the commissions and the central and state ministries for reviewing the progress and making further reassessment of resources and technical possibilities, of adjustment and readjustment of targets and requirements of the annual plan for the next year. There are series of consultations between the Commission and the central and state ministries for reviewing the progress and making further reassessments of resources and technical possibilities of adjustment and readjustment of targets and requirements of the annual plan for the next year. Thus, annual plan is introduced with a much needed flexibility in implementation of 5-year plans. In most of the planned economies, the Central Planning Commission is merely an advisory body and the execution of the plan is entrusted to the central administration, which involves various agencies. Developments of the government: in the initial stages, there is greater possibility of centralization, but in the later stages, decentralization brings effective control and administration. The program evaluation organization, which is an impartial body, supervises the plans. Second part is planning process at the state level. The preparation of the 5-year plan is an interactive process with both the Planning Commission and state planning agencies getting involved in several rounds of dialogue. State initiate advance action on plan formulation even before the guidelines of the Planning Commission on the preparation of 5-year plans are received. Different departments of the state governments are involved in formulating broad parameters of the state plans. The states, in response to call from the Planning Commission, send their suggestions which form the base of the approach paper for the national plan. After the approach paper prepared by the Planning Commission is approved by the National Development Council, it forms the basis on which states are required to formulate their draft 5-year plans in accordance with the objectives and strategies. State Planning Board holds continuous discussions with other state departments and district and regional planning agencies on the one hand, and with the central working groups, the planning commission and the central ministries on the other hand. The state draft plan is then discussed at the level of the central working groups and the planning commission. The proposals are approved, modified by the planning commission, keeping in view of the national and state priorities and resources. The planning commission prepares the draft national plan and it is discussed with the National Development Council. With the approval of the NDC, the plan gets ready for endorsement by the Union Cabinet and the Parliament. The whole process of the formulation of a 5-year plan takes about 2 years. Now, the third stage is the process of planning at the district level. The final stage is the preparation of the district plan. At the third stage, the plan at the Gram Panchayat or urban local bodies is prepared. This is prepared by the team with the help of people's participation. This is finalized after the block plans are finalized in the same way as the block plan is finalized on the basis of the Gram Panchayat plans in the block. The schemes that will not figure in the block plans, but are essential for the development of the district will be identified at this stage. Further, an attempt is made to achieve functional and spatial integration and use of the norms for provision of social infrastructure. The district planning starts with a vision and end up in an integrated plan for the district. Preparation of a district vision is the first significant event in the district planning. On the basis of district vision document, a plan will be prepared at the Gram Sabha level. The Gram Panchayat may finalize its plan based on priorities exerting from the Gram Sabha and earmarking suggestions for the intermediate panchayats. Projects and activities which can be implemented at the Gram Panchayat level are included as Gram Panchayat plan. Those projects and activities which can be implemented only in more than one Gram Panchayats are forwarded to the intermediate panchayats to be considered for the inclusion into the intermediate panchayat plan. The Gram Panchayat plans should also provide an estimate of the community contribution that can be mobilized for the purpose of implementing the development plan. Based on these suggestions received from Gram Panchayats and its own priorities, the intermediate panchayat finalizes its plan. Projects and activities which can be implemented at the intermediate panchayat level are included as intermediate panchayat plan. Those projects and activities which need to be implemented in more than one intermediate panchayats are forwarded to the district panchayats to be considered for inclusion into the district panchayat plan. Based on the Gram Panchayat plans, the intermediate panchayat plans and district panchayat plans, the district planning committee finalizes the district plan for the district and become the part of the state plan. Now, we will summarize this summary. In this module, we have discussed the organizational structure of the planning at the center, state and district levels, the process of planning at the center, state and district levels in India has been discussed. The functions and the structures of the center and the state planning departments have been also highlighted. Finally, we have studied the process of state plan formulation and saw the way in which the state and central agencies interact in the process and discussed some of the problems arising out of this interaction.